Hi, I'm esthetician Trish McCarty, and today I want to talk about how I survived during the pandemic. And I don't mean like literally like survive, I mean financially survive. As we know, a lot of businesses got hit hard during the pandemic, especially service-based businesses. I actually felt terrible for many estheticians because all around the country there were states who would not even let estheticians work at all, or you couldn't do any kind of services that the client or patient had to remove their mask to receive that treatment. And I know that affected so many estheticians to where they even had to close their business or get a completely new job or a side hustle, things like that. So I just want to say how very fortunate and blessed I feel that I was able to work here in West Virginia and how I was still able to see patients. So my situation is probably different than some people around the country, depending on where you're at. So what I did, and what I think a lot of estheticians have done and should continue doing, is really hit up social media hard. So why is that important? Is that you can educate your clientele. Because sometimes if you don't have like a spa menu like this one that lists all of your services, they may not realize that you do such and such chemical peel. They may not realize that you do microneedling. Even if you mention these things to them, sometimes people forget the names of things, or they don't know what it means, and they may not want to ask at that current moment, or they may be nervous about it. But then the more they see you post it on your social media, like microneedling for me, I've had so many monthly facial patients cross over to the microneedling side. So they'll want to upgrade to microneedling, or they'll want to upgrade to chemical peels, they'll want to upgrade to laser treatments. And mainly it's because many of them have seen my videos on social media. So if you can get your client, patient, even a friend or coworker who you're working with and it's a slow day, if you can film a short clip of you doing a treatment, that is wonderful education for your audience. So I've had a lot of patients say, hey, I saw that video clip from the other day from your microneedling or your laser. So that will get that conversation started. Sometimes patients are literally just curious. They have no actual interest in doing it themselves. But after learning what it does, what the benefits are, then they're like, maybe I want to try that actually. Or, hey, my sister has been complaining about such and such, and your video mentioned that it helps with this, so I actually shared your video with her. So it actually helps them to share your content with other people. So they may honestly have no interest at all in doing other services that you provide other than facials or laser treatments, but the fact that you posted something that they can now share, they're going to share it with Aunt Susie or Uncle Brian or their dad or their mom, because they've heard them complain about a scar on their face they don't like, or they heard them talk about so-and-so's acne, things like that. So if you make educational videos or even a picture, any kind of educational post, they can share that with their friends, their family, and that word of mouth is just amazing and will build up your practice so quickly. So that's mainly what I focused on during the lockdown, the pandemic. It's like, okay, there was a time, pretty short time compared to others, but in West Virginia we were closed from, I want to say it was that second week of March until May. And even though that was a fairly short time, oh my gosh, like it was the most boring time of my life, because I love to work with people. I love doing skincare. So it was honestly devastating sometimes to get messages where people were begging to come in. And I know some people might roll their eyes and think, well, that's pretty silly, because people were dying and this and that, and I get that. I'm not trying to take away from that, but there are people who get painful acne. There are people who get painful cysts, and that's why they want laser hair reduction treatments in the first place, because it helps them to no longer get those cysts. So pilonidal cysts is one thing that comes to mind. We get so many people that deal with pilonidal cysts, and those are not fun. So to me, those situations are a true medical issue, but not everyone views it that way. So I was unable to see those people, and it just broke my heart, to be honest. And I was ready to get back. Like the second the governor announced it, I'm like, can I please get back to seeing my people? Because yes, I'm ready. So I couldn't wait. So during that time where nothing was going on, and I literally was just calling people saying, well, we had to push your appointment out again because we still haven't got word that we can see patients. So during that whole time, I would just post educational content. I couldn't take that many videos because at that time we couldn't really do much of anything, but during the times where we could, I would film like short video clips with my coworkers, or just post information about like services or skincare products. I did a lot of skincare product reviews and things because I finally had time, and that was one of the few things I could actually sell and get commission from. So did a lot of that. And then I also worked on this spa menu, which was way overdue. I had had people ask me constantly, do you have a spa menu? Now I had a brochure that had the doctor's information and like breast implants and services that the doctors provided, but then it also mentioned me inside, but they wanted like an actual just little menu like this. They didn't want the rest of it. So I worked on this during the lockdown. Then I also worked on cards because I honestly did not like just the plain white and green cards that Marshall Health provides. Those were free. These actually cost me money, but I'm much happier with these, and I swear this has made a huge difference. Having nicer, unique cards plus a menu, things that people can take with them, things that they can put in the break room at their jobs, things that they can give to their mom, give to their friend. They can buy a gift certificate and then hand them the card and menu as well. So that has helped a lot, just having my patients take these things with them and give them to people or leave them in their break rooms. I even made magnets because I'm a part of a large organization. If you're not familiar with Marshall Health, we have, oncology, dermatology, dental, literally any kind of medical office you can think of. Plus, we're associated with 2 different hospitals in the area. We have so much potential for internal marketing. It is insane. So sometimes employees don't read their emails. So a lot of people still have no idea that I'm here, even though marketing sends out these mass emails. So what I did was I made my cards into a magnet. Literally bought magnet paper on Amazon that you can cut up and literally make anything a magnet. But I laminated some. I even put that, I put Marshall Health, Cabell, St. Mary's, blah, 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 get such and such discount on facials and lasers. And when I would see an employee, I was like, hey, if you have a break room, would you mind putting one of these on your refrigerator? Because my idea was, if people are bored and they go to their fridge to eat, or they're just on lunch, that card's going to be right in their face on their refrigerator. And that worked, because people were like, oh, I've been meaning to call you to make an appointment, and I saw your card on the refrigerator and it reminded me that I needed to call you. Or I saw your post on social media about your facial, and that reminded me that I haven't been in like 3 months for a chemical peel. Or that reminded me that, I'd had to cancel my son's appointment for his acne facial, but that reminded me that, hey, I need to get him in now. And just having those reminders on social media that, hey, I'm still here, it just triggers their mind that, hey, I do need to actually schedule an appointment. Or, oh wow, I had no idea she had these really cool hydrogel masks. I want to go get a facial just so I can get one of those because I want to try her new service. So many of those things help. Or like post skincare products, and it's like, oh, I was actually looking to buy my sister something. She keeps complaining about her wrinkles or her acne. Can you help me with products? And I am sorry, but I'm in certain groups with other estheticians, and they want to charge people for everything. They're like, oh, I am not going to give free advice on products through Messenger. Well, I am, because guess what? Those people usually, more times than not, will call the office and order the products and either stop in and pick them up, or we mail them to them. So you are missing out on money by being so cool that you can't answer their message. I'm honestly blown away how many people I call back. And like, people call me from YouTube and they're like, I found such and such video and I want to try that skincare product and I can't believe you actually called me back. I'm like, of course I called you back. Why wouldn't I call you back? It's not like I have like a million people watching me. I'm not so cool that I can't answer the phone or call you back. So it is kind of sad and funny that they are so surprised that I call them back and they act like I'm this famous person. I'm like, I'm just a normal lady like you, I promise. So yes, like, I literally have people call me from YouTube saying, I saw your Obagi video or I saw your Avène video and I really want to try this product. And I have even done virtual consultations during the whole pandemic, and it's actually became quite a normal thing for me to get people from like California and Tennessee and random states that I would have never met this person otherwise, but they saw my video and they liked my personality. They are curious about the product, so they will video chat with me sometimes and do a virtual consultation and order products. So you can make money in a lot of different ways, especially these days. You don't have to physically see the person and do a facial on them. Sometimes you can literally just have virtual consultations regarding skincare products. But yeah, I just enjoy what I do, so I had fun just posting on social media, educating people, and honestly, I am booked 4 and 6 weeks out solid at a time now. Today is a weird day. Today, my schedule pretty much fell apart. I had a lot of last minute cancellations, but until like this week, and this week is the second week of July, honestly, this whole year I have been almost overwhelmingly busy. It has been hard for a lot of my regular patients to get in to see me, especially last minute if they don't plan ahead. So they're usually having to wait at least 3 and 4 weeks to get in to see me. Unless they're like a 10-minute appointment, sometimes if I know about it, I will just work them in like on my lunch break just so I can get them in, because it's 10 minutes. I'm like, as long as I have time to eat, I'm cool with it. I'll just work you in. But that is how busy I've been. I've been booking way out into August now. And like the last few months have been just crazy busy. Busy to the point where I've almost not got a lunch break. So it's been crazy busy. And honestly, I just feel like because I marketed so much on social media, I used to have patients who were more in the 60-year-old age range, 40s to 60s, and some 70s. I had a lot of patients in that age range, and occasionally I would have people bringing in their teenagers. Now I have a lot more 20 to 30-year-olds, or even like 20 to 40s really. And a lot of those people I picked up through the social media marketing, and they just found me literally through Instagram, some even through YouTube in my area. So you have to post, you have to let people know you're there. Ask people to, if you can share their pictures, their before and after, or if you can take a video clip. I used to feel so awkward asking that because I didn't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable or feel like they couldn't say no. But honestly, I've found that most people don't care. They actually want to help you. And especially, you can't even tell it's them half the time. The angle of the camera, or the lights are dimmed, or, you can't tell who has a face mask on, with the jelly mask and things. So many people have been so willing to let me do little video clips. So I've gotten busy even just having these little video clips. Every time I post about microneedling, lasers, literally anytime I post anything, I will usually have at least 5 to 10 people call that week that I post. So I am constantly getting new patients just because of the content that I'm posting. So lately I've been so busy that I've been slacking on content because I literally haven't had time to even make a video, where I'm like, oh my gosh, I barely have time to clean this room after this patient, so I'm not going to mess with filming even if they let me, because that's going to slow me down a little bit trying to, but you get creative, and you can make some time to do certain video clips. So definitely take advantage of that and just ask people. I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen is they say no, and you can just be like, if they feel bad because they don't want to help and feel obligated, just tell them like, no, no big deal. Like, I can get this from someone else who really doesn't care. It's no big deal. Like, don't feel awkward about it. Most people want to help you, because I was super weird about it. I didn't want to make anyone feel weird, but I was surprised how many people I have literally seen for 4 or 5 years who are like, oh yeah, I would love to be in your video. And I could have gotten so many other videos with them, but I just didn't realize they didn't care. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. Hope that helped give you some new, fresh ideas for building your business. Comment down below different ways that you got busier during the pandemic and all this craziness this past year. It would help me out. It would help other people. So leave your feedback. Thanks so much. Bye.